Hey guys, it's Payton. I hope you all are having a wonderful new year. As you can tell, I'm still sick. I've been sick for pretty much off and on this whole past month of December. So I'm so sorry about the lack of videos, but I have been so excited about filming this 2016 favorites. I know everyone kind of has their own interpretation of what exactly that means, but for me it's just standout products for 2016, and specifically beauty. I think most people's are beauty. I'm just going to talk you through my makeup routine, and I actually am wearing every single thing that I am mentioning today. I just did that so that you could see how it looks on, and yeah, I hope that that is kind of helpful if you're curious about what it looks like. So I'm going to start with primer, and I did have a standout primer this year. I would say for the good second half of the year, I used the L'Oreal Magic Lumi Light Infusing Primer, and I was recommended this from a friend, and I picked it up finally. I've always kind of been interested in trying it, but never got around to it, and I fell in love. It just makes my skin look so healthy and glowy. For foundation, it was definitely the year of drugstore. I really don't even have a high-end foundation to show you. My favorite of the year is the combination of these two. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte, and this is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. While I like both of these on their own, I think that the combination of the two equal parts is the most beautiful foundation. That's what I have on today. It just is the most beautiful satin kind of natural finish, and it's the best of both worlds. So this has definitely been my favorite go-to this entire year. And an honorable mention I want to say is the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25-Hour Comfort Serum Foundation. I'm in the shade 100 Ivory, which is the second lightest shade. I have always been pretty skeptical of Rimmel foundations. I don't know why, I just assumed that they would, you know, break me out or clog my pores, but they are so inexpensive. I think this is like about $6, which is absolutely insane. That is like amazing price point, and the scent is very florally. It's a pretty strong fragrance, so if you're sensitive to that, I would kind of stray away. But overall, I think it has a beautiful finish, and the lasting power is amazing. I think if you had a combination to dry skin, I don't know, maybe even oily skin, you would love this. I think it's pretty much full coverage and foolproof. So I have fell in love with this year. And for concealer, I've pretty much seen this in every single person's 2016 favorites, but it is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Everyone has raved about this, and it is so worth the hype. Like I've said in the past, there's twice as much product in this, and it's a few bucks less than most of your high-end concealers, and it's just full coverage. It blends like a dream. I don't find it to be too drying, but it sets beautifully. I do set it with a powder, but I feel like most concealers under the eye, you definitely have to. And this is something that I just use down center of my face and under my eyes. I don't use this for blemishes, it's a little too light for that, but I'm sure it would work great if you needed to. But it's amazing, it's worth every hyped video you've seen about it. This is probably one of the things that I'd recommend most out of this entire video, so definitely try to get your hands on this if you can. And for setting my under eyes and my T-zone, I have been loving the RCMA No Color Powder. This is also super hyped up this year, and I got it about midway through the year and love it so much. I have dry skin, and it's really hard to find powders that don't make my under eyes feel like a desert. Like, it's so easy for them to feel so dry and cracky looking, and this stuff does not do that. It's unscented, it doesn't have a color, and I think that it's an awesome product. And although the packaging sucks, I think that there's there's 3 ounces of powder in here, so it's a great deal. It's only about $12, so I definitely have fallen in love and used this religiously this year. Something that I've hit pan on and is absolutely crazy to me, it's just kind of a weird step, but whenever I set my under eyes with that RCMA powder, it is a little bit dry, and I like it to be very luminous under there, and it does mattify it. So I go in with my Laura Geller Baked Highlighter in French Vanilla, and it's just a skin tone shade, but it has a really beautiful sheen to it. It's way too subtle for me for my cheekbones, but I love taking my beauty blender, dabbing in this, and just setting under my eye, not right up in the lower lash line, but just kind of below it on my cheek. The center of my cheek right here. It just gives the most beautiful finish, and everyone loves a good bright sheen under their eyes. So, I mean, at least I do. So this has been definitely a standout product. This is so good, and that's the Baked Highlighter in French Vanilla. And it's probably no shocker to most of you that this IT Cosmetics Celebration Foundation Illumination is the best setting powder for dry skin or just skin in general. It gives the most beautiful airbrush finish. This is actually a new one. Hallelujah, I got one finally. I was like barely scraping the outer rim of my most previous one. But I use the shade Fair. It's amazing. It seriously makes my skin look airbrush. I give credit to this pretty much solely. I mean, obviously I love all of my face products, but this is just the icing on the cake. It's so good. If you're gonna get a product, I mean, honestly, obviously all of these I would recommend, but this is something that I repurchase time and time again, and I think makes such a big difference in my foundation routine. Okay, I have I have two bronzers this year. Halfway through the year, I discovered the Butter Bronzer, and I do have to say that this is my favorite bronzer. It is the best bronzer for fair skin. It has a beautiful sheen. I honestly think I might be hitting pan. It is so good, you guys. It is just a beautiful color. I wish they had deeper shades so that all skin tones could use it. The scent just takes me back to summer, and it's stunning. I reach for it more than absolutely anything, and it is by far the standout bronzer this year for me. However, I do want to mention my NARS Laguna because I did use this for the first half of the year. It is a beautiful neutral bronzer. It's very similar. It is a little bit deeper in tone than the Butter Bronzer, but this is my other favorite. I really think I like the Butter Bronzer a little bit more. It's so crazy for me to say that, but I fell in love with it, and I'm wearing a combination of the two today, but I'd say mostly I'm wearing the Butter Bronzer. So yeah, I don't know, I'm so torn, but those two are amazing. And for blush, if you watch any of my tutorials, you probably could guess it before I even say it, but it is the Benefit Rocketeur. I definitely hit pan on this, and I've used it more days than not this year. It smells really good, strangely enough, and it is just a beautiful rosy toned, very natural blush. It goes with literally anything. It complements my skin tone so well, and so many others. I've used this on many different skin tones, and I love this blush. It is hands down the blush of the year for me. For highlight this year, I definitely had a standout, and it is the Laura Geller Baked Gelato Swirl in Gilded Honey. You guys, I don't know if you can see my highlight today. You should be able to. This is like blinding today. I overdid it probably, but this is stunning. I thought it was going to be really gold because it looks very golden in here, but it's really like a neutral tone, but it is so shimmery and beautiful. It is small, but it packs a punch, and I really think that you only need a little bit, so this should last a lifetime. I love that highlighter so much. And to set my face, I've got to be honest, I have loved Fix Plus the majority of the year. I just find that whenever I use so many powder products on my face, that I want it to look more natural, and the only way that I know how to do that is by fixing it with my Fix Plus, spritzing it with my Fix Plus, whatever you want to say. It's just a very fine mist. It smells amazing, and it just rehydrates your skin, but doesn't leave it looking it doesn't look wet, it dries down, but it looks like skin again. And you can use it as a mixing medium with eyeshadows. You can use it so many different ways, but this stuff is amazing. For eyeshadow primer, I repurchased my Painterly paint pot this year, and you guys, this is just the best. For me, I like this better than soft ochre. I just think it matches my skin better. It just kind of conceals any discoloration on my lid, and preps my lids for shadow. And this year was not the year for palettes for me. I don't have a go-to palette. I was looking through my collection and I was like, I don't see one that I used enough to claim as my favorite for the whole year. I have loved palettes and purchased some palettes this past year, but I have single eyeshadows that I want to mention. So my favorite eyeshadow that I set my whole lid with, I think is just the perfect shadow ever, is the Lorac eyeshadow in the color Cream. It's not a cream shadow. I think that when I've said that in the past, people have gotten confused and thought that it was like a actual creamy product, but it's not. It's a powder, but it is just my perfect all over the lid shade. The best way to put it, but I reach for this every day. Major pan was hit on this year. It's also in the Lorac Pro palette, but I just got the single version of it, and I love that so much. And for my crease color, I fell in love with MAC Wedge, and it's just a beautiful, neutral, probably leans a little bit cool, but I'd say pretty neutral crease color. It's a wonderful transition shade. It's what I have on today. I love it. I reach for it basically every single time I wear makeup, and it's just stunning. And for inner corner highlight, brow bone highlight, anything, if you want it all over the lid, shimmer, MAC Nylon is my girl. She is the most beautiful shadow. I think I got this early 2016, if not late 2015, I can't remember, but definitely use this every single time I've worn makeup in the year of 2016. It is stunning. It is the most beautiful inner corner highlight. I can't recommend it enough. It is so beautiful. I don't have an eyeliner favorite, unfortunately, and I also do not have a brow favorite. I'm going through a weird brow stage. I just have very naturally thin eyebrows, and I kind of mix it up every single time. So leave your recommendations down below for liner and brows, because I use all Anastasia products and I love them all, but not a single one has kind of blown me away this year, and I don't know, I just don't feel good saying one specific one, but I like all of them. I've tried the Dip Brow, the Powder Duo, the Brow Wiz. I haven't tried the Brow Definer. So maybe that's what I should pick up next, but let me know what you are loving this past year for that. But for mascara, I did not have lash extensions for the majority of the year, and so my favorite mascara was, no surprise, the Tarte Lights Camera Splashes. This is the best mascara ever. I have straight, stubby, horrible lashes naturally. I have a video on how I curl them. I will link that down below. But this mascara was life-changing for me. It has been for years now. They have a regular version if you don't like waterproof, but this is waterproof, and it is the best mascara. I promise you will love it. But I do have to say lash extensions are my favorite. I don't see myself going back. I mean, they are just so easy and so beautiful. I just got mine filled today, so they look extra voluminous, I'm sure. But they are hands down a favorite because I just don't know how I lived without them. So that has been definitely a favorite, but an end of the year favorite. And last for makeup, I have lip products. My Smith's Rosebud Salve is definitely my favorite. This is like the third one I've had this year. It's insane, but I love this stuff. It's just a faint scent of roses. It keeps my lips moisturized. Lasts a long time. I seriously use this stuff all day, every single day. It is amazing, and it's definitely been a standout this year. For lip liner this year, I've definitely used my MAC Whirl pencil. This is just My Lips But Better, a little deeper though kind of color, but it is my favorite. I wear it pretty much under everything. It's stunning. It's something that I will repurchase time and time again, and it's basically the only lip liner I reached for this past year. And the lipstick that I'm wearing today is MAC Whirl, and this is definitely something that I fell in love with this past year. It is beautiful. It is a matte, but it's really creamy. And I find that it lasts really well, and it just is such a pretty brownie nude, and it has absolutely been my most worn lipstick. But I'd say second runner-up would be MAC Rebel. I get so many compliments when I wear this. It's just that beautiful purpley color. I've worn it in multiple videos. It lasts so long. This is a satin, so you can barely dab it on your lips, and it's kind of like just a berry kiss look, or you can really build it up to be kind of a purple magenta color. It's stunning. I love that shade. I also fell in love with the NARS Matte Velvet Lip Pencils. This is in the shade Cruella. You all were asking me about what lip I was wearing, and I believe I replied to some of you, but it was Cruella, and I think it was my last video. But I love these. It lasts so long, and I want to pick up some more shades. So definitely these NARS pencils. And for liquid lipsticks, I have to say Jeffree Stars were by far my favorite this year. This is the shade Androgyny, and it's just such a pretty color. It's like a mauve-y kind of color, a little bit darker, but it's so pretty. The formula is amazing. It lasts so long, and out of all that I've tried this year, I do have to give it to Jeffree Star. This one is definitely my favorite. I did want to mention a few other beauty categories. I don't have many products, but I do want to mention them because I could not live without them this year. So for perfume, I definitely found my new scent. This is like me in a jar. It is the best fragrance I've ever smelled, and it is Versace Bright Crystal Absolute. I've had a couple people recommend it just in YouTube videos that I've watched and in real life, but I finally am the owner of this beautiful scent, and it is the best ever. It's definitely been the scent of the year for me, and I would recommend it to absolutely anyone and everyone. For skincare, definitely the best method for removing my makeup has been my Sephora Supreme Cleansing Oil. This stuff smells amazing. It is the best way to remove your makeup. It comes off like a dream, lasts forever. It's just the best. If you haven't tried this, you have to. It's a Sephora Cleansing Oil. You will not be disappointed, I promise. For cleanser, I want to mention this one. This is the CeraVe or CeraVe. I don't really know how to properly pronounce it, but it's the Renewing SA Cleanser for normal skin. It says it gently cleanses and exfoliates while softening and smoothing. You guys, this stuff has saved my sister's skin, both of them. They were both dealing with really bad breakouts this fall and started using this, and it has a matching moisturizer, but that's not the one I want to mention. And so I kind of started using it off and on, and I love this so much, you guys. It lathers beautifully. The scent isn't offensive. It's very, very light and gentle, but it removes makeup amazingly if you're in a pinch. And I just can't recommend this enough. If you're having skin problems and finding yourself going out and purchasing random drugstore cleansers and you just don't even know where to start, this is what you need to get. I promise you, this is life-changing. It saved my sister's skin. I wasn't dealing with anything too bad, but I watched it before my eyes with them, and it was just absolutely incredible. It's just an amazing, gentle, but also effective cleanser. So highly recommend that. As far as hydrating the skin goes, I think that these products are truly what saved my skin, because I noticed once I started using these three things routinely, that is when my skin started having zero breakouts. And when I say zero, I literally mean zero. My whole life, I've never not had a pimple on my face, pretty much. I've never had cystic acne or a lot of it, but I've always had something. And that's always annoying. I mean, having to deal with that is so frustrating. And so I started using the Trader Joe's vitamin E oil at night mostly, but I'll just take a little, like, not even done size amount and concentrate that on the center of my face where I'm most dry, and it healed my skin. I mean, I literally credit this thing right here, and this is like $3, maybe $4, but so inexpensive. Trader Joe's is absolutely amazing. And for moisturizer, for the daytime, this moisturizer has been amazing. It's the Trader Joe's Nourish Oil-Free Antioxidant Facial Moisturizer. It's for all skin types, fragrance-free, blah, blah, blah. A million great things in it. So this is what I use in the daytime. It goes on so great, works so well underneath my makeup. It's a gem. I love this stuff. I credit that so much. And then the Trader Joe's Nourish Enriched Intensive Antioxidant Facial Moisturizer. It's for dry, normal skin, blah, blah, blah. Really great things. This stuff is super thick and wonderful, but very thick. So I use this at night. Definitely wouldn't be good under makeup. It's that thick. But it nourishes my skin, and it just, my skin has never felt or looked better. If you don't have a Trader Joe's near you, I'm going to see if I can find some links online, because I don't. I just picked it up when I was near one. So there's that, and I only have 2 more things to mention. I'm sorry if I'm talking too fast. I just know that these get so long, and I don't want it to be a 30-minute video, which very well might be, but you never know. I want to make an entire video all about hair. I made one in the very, very beginning of my YouTube journey, but I have definitely changed things since then, especially now working in the salon. I want to do a video about all things hair. So if you have any specific things you're curious about, let me know and I'll be more than happy to address them. But I want to talk about these 2 products in particular. This is the Pureology 21 Essential Benefits. It's really similar to like an It's a 10 product, but it has 21 benefits, not 10, which, I mean, come on, like, I'm not gonna sit here and list them all because that would take forever, but it smells amazing. It nourishes my hair, protects it from heat. It does all of the good things. Everything you'd want in an all-in-one kind of product, this is it. And for dry shampoo, I would say before 2016, I kind of switched around quite a bit, but the entire year of 2016, I have to say that Batiste is absolutely the best. It works so well. It's so inexpensive. I would never recommend getting products at TJ Maxx, hair products, and any products really, but hair products especially. But they sell this at TJ Maxx for like half the price. So that's where I get mine, and the scent, Tropical, Coconut, and Exotic, is the best one. I like the clean scents with like the stripes, and I also like the one that has the cheetah. That's very kind of a warm scent, but I do have to say that this Tropical one is hands down my favorite. It smells so good. Summery, coconut, whatever, my fave. But this is the best dry shampoo. I don't care if you have dark hair, light hair, whatever, this works. You just have to know how to use it, and I think that I'm gonna include that in my hair video. So this is the best. Definitely 2016 fave. So that is it for my 2016 favorites. I hope everyone enjoyed, and if you made it this far, give this video a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see everyone in my next video. Bye guys!